Mike, check. Justin Hunt. It's all happening. Thank you to everybody rocking with the channel. Thank you to everybody that's subscribed to the channel, everyone who's donated to the channel. Big thank you to you for donating. If you'd like to donate, you can hit the Cash App that's right up there. Big thank you to everyone who's joined. Join this community. Join this channel. If you'd like to join, there's a link in the description. 9-second applause to all of y'all. Thank you. All right, so this is a bit of a detour. I'm actually working on a scripted piece right now, talking about, obviously, this album. I'm not sure if it's a review or a commentary, maybe a little bit of both. And so I'm in the middle of it, but I just ran across this idea that I think is really interesting, so I'd love to get your guys' take on it. Let me know if you guys think I'm crazy over here. But I think that Kendrick Lamar remade Makaveli. I think he remade Makaveli. I think it's maybe a tribute. I think I'd look at it as a tribute and ode. So here's why I say that. All right, so here's the track list to Makaveli. Well, here's the cover art first. Let's look at the cover art. I do like that cover art. I mean, that's legendary cover art anyway. Crazy. And circumstance surrounds it. It's crazy. All right, so here's the track list. Track list for Makaveli, right? So it's 12 songs, right? You got Bomb First, classic. Hail Mary, classic. Toss It Up, classic. To Live and Die in L.A., classic. Blasphemy, my favorite Tupac song. Okay, my all-time favorite Tupac song. This song right here represents everything that I just love about Tupac. Everything, like the energy, the angst, the messaging, you know, the standing on your own square, just everything about it. I remember what my papa told me. Blasphemy. 1 second applause. Favorite Tupac song of all time. All right, Life of an Outlaw, classic. Just Like Daddy, classic. Crazy, classic. White Man's World, classic. Me and My Girlfriend, classic. Hold Your Head, classic. Against All Odds. Now, the big conversation that's around this album is friction, is beef, right? Pac he still had a lot of things to get off his chest because he had basically been, beefing with cats the previous years, and he just got out of jail off the previous album, right? And so Against All Odds was kind of like the low-hanging fruit, or maybe the leftovers, right? And another thing, one of those kind of moments, right? But to me, it's my favorite diss track from Pac, right? I thought it was a diss track. I talked to Idi Amin, interviewed him in the Drake Deserves the Smoke piece on this channel. It's really fantastic. Check it out if you missed it. He doesn't consider it a diss track. He considers it just like a statement track, right? Because at that point, I believe he says that Pac wasn't necessarily positioned or thinking about like engaging in beef in the same way, right? And so, so he doesn't even consider it a diss track. But to me, that's still my favorite diss track. And, legendary all the way around, right? I mean, that is De La Soul called darts on there. He said they look like Larry Holmes, Flabby, and Sick, right? And so, you get to GNX, right? 12 tracks. And Whacked Out Murals is a similar type of energy. Kendrick's just coming out of beef. And here is Wayne and Snoop getting called out, right? But at the same time, a lot of subs, right? Andrew Schultz is getting subbed on this. Academics, you can make arguments for top 5 if you wanted to. J. Cole, Lupe Fiasco, Drake, of course. There's a lot of subs, a lot of things that can apply a lot of places, and it's holding that similar space. And it makes sense because Kendrick's just fresh off a battle, right? He just came out of battle with Drake. In the first place, right? And so the energies are the same already. The track list, 12 tracks over here too. GNX has 12 tracks too. 12 tracks for GNX, right? One of my favorite joints on here is this song Gloria, right? Gloria is dope because it's a metaphor for his pen, talking about life and his journey and reminiscing about his pen, but you don't find out to the end, right? And so it is it's a metaphor in that I used to love her vein, right? And Makaveli has that too. Makaveli has Me and My Girlfriend. Me and My Girlfriend is Pac and His Gun. They both have metaphorical story songs on there, all right? To Live and Die in L.A. Now, I was on Curtis King's podcast the other night. We did a live listening. You should go check it out on his channel. It's really fun. I was on his channel, and when we were talking about California songs, I said that this song right here, To Live and Die in L.A., which is a classic Los Angeles anthem. I mean, Pac is crazy because Pac owns Los Angeles, California, and Mother's Day. Like, he has a song that just dominates those days. And To Live and Die in LA is that song. Wouldn't be LA without Mexicans, Black Love, Brown Pride. And it sets again, right? And so I was saying on the podcast, on the live stream, I was saying that Dodger Blue gives me that vibe. Especially when he starts defining what LA is, you know. We say don't complain about LA if you ain't been south of the 10. I know I messed that up, right? But Dodger Blue, even the vibe of it, you know, feels like a California drive, right? Feeling very similar space on the album, right? And then you have Squabble Up, which is the Broccoli song. You got the Broccoli song, right? We've been waiting for this song for a long time. I think this song is held up. I actually think it held up. It caught me off guard. First time Debbie Deb comes in, but that's a crazy song. That's a crazy song. Bars on, what'd you say? Blaps on, blaps on, blaps. This is a brick of rock. I mean, there's so many quotables in that song, but that's going to be an anthem. That's going to be an anthem. And so Squabble Up, and you get to Makaveli, and it's Toss It Up. You got Toss It Up. And that was the outside song. We look at the background of these two albums, right? Makaveli, Death Row Records, that was a transition point. Dr. Dre had just left, the most important artist on that label, co-founder of that label, had just left. Kendrick had just left TDE. Transition time for TDE, biggest artist on the label. You know, transition time. Obviously, things worked out very differently, fortunately. Then consider the fact that they're both following double discs. You know, All Eyes on Me. Then you get Makaveli, Missing Around the Big Steppers. Then you get GNX. And then you look at some of the broader themes that are happening within GNX. I mean, reincarnated. The term reincarnate comes up a lot. You know, variations of the word reincarnate show up a lot on the album. There's a song on here called Reincarnated, and that is the Pac sample. You know, that's the Pac song, where he literally pays tribute to Pac. Does a crazy Pac impression, shows you what a Pac impression really looks like. So that, you know, that's on there, right there. I think it's kind of obvious. I'm not sure if this is out there in the world, but I'd love to get you guys' thoughts on it. Maybe you guys see some other things I didn't notice or haven't noticed yet. But I think that, you know, this is a tribute to Makaveli, or this is him remaking Makaveli. And I think that if you look at Kendrick broad scope, he's, you know, done this before. I think Good Kid, Mad City is Boys in the Hood, essentially, you know. So we've seen him use different pieces of media history for literary devices, or even just features in creative ways as devices, storytelling devices within his albums. So this one I think is Makaveli. I think if you get Man at the Garden, I think you're getting closer to Makaveli, the cover art, Makaveli being on the cross, Jesus Christ, probably, you know, you start getting over there into Garden of Eden territory. But I think that's what it is. I'm going to get back to writing my piece. It'll include this much cleaner. But I just think it's a fun conversation, so let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section. Did Kendrick Lamar remake or make his own Makaveli? My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow at The Company Man on everything. To quote Snoop Dogg, it was the edibles. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views us radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, dog. You don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.